Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack those dense financial filings so you can get the real story, not just the press release spin. Today, we're diving into BCP Investment Corporation's latest report, and let me tell you, there is certainly a story unfolding here. Especially when it comes to their recent financial performance. Before we jump in, if you find value in getting clear, no-nonsense financial analysis, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. And hey, we've got a growing community over on our Discord server, which you can find linked in the description below. It is a great place to chat about these filings and get more insights. So, we're looking at an 8K filing from BCP Investment Corporation, which essentially means they're reporting a significant event. In this case, it is all about their financial results for the quarter ending the 30th of September 2025. Think of it like a quick checkup on how the company is doing financially right after a quarter wraps up. BCP Investment Corporation, for those who might not be familiar, is a company that, well, invests. They are publicly traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol BCSI, which means when you see their stock, you are looking at BCSI. The key date here is the 6th of November 2025, the date they announced these results. This filing is essentially a confirmation of that announcement and provides some foundational details. The meat of this report, and what we're really interested in as investors and observers, is under item 2.02. This section details the company's results of operations and financial condition. Basically, how did they perform financially and what is the overall health of the business looking like based on those numbers? What is crucial here is that BCP Investment Corporation released a press release on the 6th of November laying out their financial performance for the quarter that ended on the 30th of September. This 8K is actually incorporating that press release and an accompanying investor presentation. So, we're getting the official announcement and a more visual breakdown of the figures. The company wants to ensure everyone who follows them has access to this important financial news. Now, this filing doesn't contain the full financial tables in the way a 10Q or 10K would. It points us to exhibits 99.1, the press release, and 99.2, the investor presentation, as the places to find those juicy numbers because this 8K is meant to be a quick report of a significant event. The detailed financial breakdown is provided in those separate documents. So, while we don't have the detailed spreadsheets directly in front of us in this specific document, we know exactly where to look to get them. Think of it this way, the 8K is the notification that the big update is out. And the press release and investor presentation are the actual update. These are critical for understanding the company's performance. We are looking for the numbers that tell the real story behind the company's investment activities. Are they growing their investments effectively? Are they generating good returns? This press release exhibit 99.1 is where the specific financial metrics would be laid out. We'd be looking for things like revenue, net income, earnings per S-hair, and the value of their investment portfolio. The investor presentation, exhibit 99.2, would likely visualize these numbers, perhaps with charts and graphs making them easier to digest and understand the trends. It is common for investment companies to have a robust investor presentation to accompany their earnings releases, as it helps communicate their strategy and performance to investors in a more engaging way. And finally, exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the newer XBRL tagging system that the SEC uses, making it easier for computers to read and process financial data. It means the core information from the filing is tagged digitally, which is great for automated analysis and for investors who use tools to track financial data. But let's get to the heart of what this report signals. While specific numbers aren't embedded in this 8K itself, knowing that they've released their Q3 2025 results means we can infer the kind of information they're sharing. For an investment company like BCP Investment Corporation, the performance of its portfolio is paramount. Did their investments perform well during the quarter? Did they acquire new promising assets? Did they divest any underperforming ones? These are the questions an investor would be asking. We would expect to see commentary on the general market conditions and how BCP Investment Corporation navigated them. For instance, if the broader market for their type of investments was down, but they managed to eke out a gain, that is a strong performance. Conversely, if the market was up and they lagged behind, that is a signal to investigate further. The fact that they are putting out a press release and an investor presentation suggests they are eager to share their results. This could mean they had a good quarter. However, it could also be a way to proactively address any potential concerns by providing their own narrative around the numbers. It is always wise to look at the underlying data in those exhibits to see if the narrative aligns with the hard facts. Given this is an investment company, a key figure to watch would be the change in their net asset value, or NAV. Share market value of the company's assets minus its liabilities. A growing NAV is a clear sign of positive performance. Another important aspect is their dividend policy. Investment companies often return a significant portion of their profits to shareholders through dividends, so any changes or announcements regarding dividends would be noteworthy. We also need to consider the strategy. Is BCP Investment Corporation focusing on growth stocks, value stocks, or a mix? Are they heavily invested in specific sectors like technology, healthcare, or real estate? The performance of those specific sectors will heavily influence their overall results. For example, if they are heavily weighted in tech and the tech sector had a rough quarter, their results will reflect that. Looking beyond just the Q3 numbers, we'd want to see if this quarter's performance is consistent with their historical trends. Is this a one-off good quarter or part of a pattern of strong performance? Or is it a continuation of a downward trend? This context is vital for making informed investment decisions. Now, this specific filing is very straightforward in its purpose to announce and provide access to the financial results. It is not designed to delve into deep risk factor analysis or extensive legal disclosures in the same way a 10K would. The focus here, because it is an 8K reporting earnings, is squarely on the financial outcomes. The investor presentation, which is incorporated by reference, is likely where any discussion of future outlook or specific strategic initiatives would be elaborated upon. Let's consider some potential scenarios. If the press release, which we are referencing, announces significantly increased earnings compared to the previous year, that is a very positive sign. It could mean their investment strategies are paying off well, leading to higher profitability and potentially a higher stock price. Conversely, if earnings are down, they might be facing challenges, perhaps due to market volatility or specific investment setbacks. In such cases, the investor presentation would be crucial for understanding management's explanation and their plan to turn things around. Another aspect to consider is the management team. The filing is signed by Brandon Saturn, the Chief Financial Officer. His signature confirms the authenticity of the report. While we don't have any information here about leadership changes, in other reports we might see updates on executive appointments or departures, which can significantly impact a company's direction and performance. In essence, this 8K acts as a gateway. It confirms that BCP Investment Corporation has shared its latest financial performance data and directs us to where we can find the detailed breakdown. The story is within those accompanying exhibits. Alright, let's put on our analyst hats and think critically about BCP Investment Corporation based on what this filing implies. Since the actual numbers are in the referenced exhibits, we're making educated inferences. If this report is accompanied by a press release and investor presentation for Q3 2025, we'd want to see strong portfolio growth and profitability. A key strength for an investment company is its ability to consistently generate returns that outpace the market or its peers. If BCP Investment Corporation has demonstrated this, it is a major positive. Its weakness could lie in overconcentration in volatile asset classes or sectors, making it susceptible to significant downturns. A notable risk could be general market downturns, rising interest rates impacting investment valuations, or regulatory changes affecting financial markets. Conversely, an opportunity might arise from identifying undervalued assets or entering new, high-growth investment areas ahead of competitors. Ultimately, the true measure of BCP Investment Corporation lies in the financial performance detailed in their press release and investor presentation. Are they effectively managing their capital, realizing gains on investments, and delivering value to their shareholders? This 8K, by pointing us to those exhibits, is the first step in answering those critical questions. What is your take on BCP Investment Corporation and what you expect from their latest financial report based on this filing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button, it really supports the channel. And of course, subscribe for more no-nonsense corporate financial analysis. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.